Okay, so today I just wanted to do a quick review over a movie that I really enjoy, and it's one that I just watched recently, and I just don't hear a lot of people talk about it, and that is 1988's Scarecrows. So this movie right here, I don't hear a lot of people talk about it too much. There's not just a whole lot of, that's a very niche genre, killer scarecrow movies. This movie is directed by a man named William Wesley. I don't really know anything else off the top of my head that he has directed. But I really do enjoy this movie. I think it's directed really well. So it's basically about, it's a group of, I guess, mercenaries or whatever you want to call them. They're flying a plane and they've just done this big heist or whatever, and they have all this money. And for whatever reason, they have to ditch the plane, and so they end up jumping out with all this money, and they land in this cornfield, and they have to go hole up in this old abandoned farmhouse, and they're attacked by well, you guessed it, scarecrows, living scarecrows. And they kind of go a little bit more in depth than that. They don't really explain too deeply about the too much of the lore on the scarecrows, but it is really neat how things go, and it's not just an overly violent movie, but it does, whenever it does have its violent scenes, it's great. I love it. It's very 80s, very, very 80s, so I mean, if that's something that you're into, obviously kind of looking at it, that's kind of what you, what to expect. I love the cover art on this. I remember seeing this. This is another one of those I used to see in the, at Hastings all the time when I would go and buy DVDs, and I just never thought to pick it up, but the cover looks just badass. I love the cover art on this. And I picked this up fairly cheap. It's kind of hard to find. I don't really know where you can watch it. You may be able to find it on Tubi or something. Because, I mean, it's not really just a it's not just a highly sought after movie. I won't be, I'm not going to lie, I won't, I'll be honest. The acting in it is not great, and the effects just aren't perfect in it, by any means, and the writing isn't perfect, but it is a very fun movie. I mean, going into it, if I told you, hey, let's watch an 80s, slasher movie about freaking scarecrows killing people in a cornfield, I mean, what do you expect? You know what I mean? And just on that premise alone, I feel like it delivers just fine. I mean, it gives you exactly what you want, what you would want out of a killer scarecrow movie. I'll say the monsters look great. That's one of them right there on the front. I think there's 3 or 4 of them in the movie, 3 or 4 scarecrows. They all look awesome. I love, the creature designs. They all look great. Most of the kills, they're killing folks with, farm kind of tools. And it's very, whenever that you do get some gore, it's awesome. Like, I love the effects. I mean, of course, they're dated. It's an 80s movie, but I think it's great. I mean, that's part of the reason I watch these movies, is because I love just the dated effects. Like, I mean, that's part of the whole, the whole reason I enjoy watching these so much. But it's definitely a great movie. I wish I really had more to say about it, honestly, but I mean, there's not much more to say about a movie about killer scarecrows in a field. It kind of reminded me of, and I might get some shit over this, but it reminded me a little bit of almost like Dog Soldiers, kind of, but again, not really. It was just a very similar premise, people with guns who can defend themselves but are not, like able to for one reason or another, because in this movie, for example, the scarecrows are immortal, so they can't really be, I don't think they can just be killed with guns. They try. But either way, I mean, it just goes really well. The scarecrows are really creepy. I really like the atmosphere in this movie. It's very, I say that in pretty much every video. It's a very atmospheric movie. It's a good movie to kind of watch real late at night, if you just don't have nothing to do and you just kind of want to kick back and watch a cheesy, kind of horror movie, get you some popcorn and some soda and some candy, and throw on Scarecrows. I mean, this is a really, I can't recommend it enough. It's probably, again, it's not perfect. It does have its problems, but it is, just a really good, fun kind of 80s ghost kind of slasher movie. It's got really good music too. I really enjoyed the music. It fit everything really well. Again, it just kind of added to the atmosphere of it. But I'll give you one more kind of look at it there. And if you can find this DVD, if you see a copy of it, pick it up for pretty reasonable, because most of them go for, I want to say, about $20. This one's like pretty much brand new. I haven't had this for too long. I got it for really cheap, but it looks pretty much brand new. The disc looks brand new. So if you come across this, definitely grab it, because like I said, I don't know necessarily if it's out of print. I'm finding that the MGM DVDs are getting kind of hard to find. I've had several that I've had for years and years, but this is, another one of those. But anyway, that is Scarecrows from 1988. I think I'll go ahead and rate it. I'll give it a 3 out of 5, just kind of right in the middle, because again, it's, the main thing I didn't like about it, and another thing is it is kind of slow getting into it, but not really. I mean, not in a bad way. And honestly, the movie's only about an hour and 20 minutes, so it's not really anything, it's not it's not nothing you're going to be sitting through for a long time. So it does drag a little bit at the beginning, but for the most part, it's not too bad. It kind of once it picks up, it starts moving along pretty quick. But yeah, I would definitely give it a 3 out of 5. The effects are great; they're amazing. The scarecrows look really creepy. The actors are a little goofy and silly, but honestly, that adds to part of the charm. It is fun to watch them be slain by killer scarecrows. But anyway, thank you for watching this review. Definitely check this movie out if you get the chance, and stay tuned for the next one. Goodbye.